and then send his brother in his place. Like, nobody would know the difference between Ozzy and Jose. They don't even look alike.
No.
Well, size,
a
like a
little
little
bit,
face, but as far as body size, you could tell who did the steroids and who didn't.
Speaking of steroids here while we're on the conversation, I want to get this out here. It's on Netflix. And if anybody who's a sports fan, it's about an hour. It's actually an hour and 46 minutes long. It's a sports indie film, so it's an independent film. But it's really a documentary about steroids and what steroids do and how many athletes and people in general take steroids on a daily basis, like professional wrestling. And it's just it's really a good, enlightening show about steroids. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I feel like every sports fan needs to watch. So it's called Bigger, Stronger, Faster. Christopher Bell was the one who he's the director of this. And he was basically, you just have to watch it. It's a lot about him and his family. His brothers took steroids. He didn't. Mm-hmm. And just, it goes from there. And you just have to kind of watch. Very, very interesting. I didn't think I'd be interested in it. Ended up watching the whole thing.
Wow.
So just if you're bored one night, it's on Netflix, Bigger, Stronger, Faster.
I'm stuck on Netflix watching Marvel's Iron Fist right now.
Dave Chappelle.
I already saw Dave Chappelle, but Marvel's Iron Fist is awesome.
Right. Netflix taking over. They're going to take over everything.
Netflix is taking over. I went on Netflix last night, and I'm just like, I was amazed how many more movies and stuff are on there.
And they're going to
keep... there's that Roberto Duran movie.
Oh, I saw it. It was really good.
I got to see that.
It is good.
It's on Netflix.
That's
now on Netflix.
They're going to keep creating their own shows too. So they're just going to keep rolling out shows.
Things, that was really good.
The show's great.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is I like the comedy specials that they do, minus the Amy Schumer one.
Yeah, right. Anthony Jeselnik. Do you like Anthony Jeselnik?
He's an interesting
He's got
guy.
his interesting own way of comedy.
Yes, he does.
He really does.
Yes,
it's just a lot about ragging the hell out of everybody that he's around.
Yeah.
Man, he can be funny, though, sometimes, I'll tell you.
Let's talk a little football for a minute here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with Darrelle Revis. All right. I wanted him to sign with the Cowboys. I think he'd be a good fit there. He wanted to sign with the Steelers, but it turns out he might actually end up back with the Patriots now, is the rumor.
Did you hear who the Patriots running back is talking to? I can't believe this.
LeGarrette Blount? Yeah. Talking to Tampa.
Yeah.
About homecoming.
About coming back to Tampa.
How do you feel about
it? He's a good running back.
I'd be all right with it, I guess. I mean,
he had an attitude problem here in Tampa, though.
Did he? He had an attitude problem in Oregon, too.
He had a weed problem in Pittsburgh.
You can't really look at that. He's got an attitude problem everywhere he goes. Even in New England.
He was in line.
He was in line.
In New England.
Citizen there in New England?
Huh?
Was he a model
He was
citizen?
a model citizen. Yes, he was.
Well, maybe he's changed.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, the culture of that locker room, they don't allow it.
That's what I think, too.
Tom Brady gets you immediately.
I mean, because he went to a winning team in Pittsburgh, and he got kicked off the roster there for getting Le'Veon Bell in trouble with the whole marijuana thing.
I'll be honest with you. I'd rather us go. You know what route I want to go. I want to go trade Doug Martin.
You might not have to trade down. I'm seeing the recent mock drafts have him falling to the Bucs. If that's who you really want.
That's who I want. There's no question about it.
We're talking about the running back, Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. I want Dalvin Cook more than anything in the world.
Yeah,
I was even saying 2 weeks ago, go as far as to trade Doug Martin
to Jacksonville.
A couple other draft picks to Jacksonville for that number 5.
You think he's really an organizational? He's going to change the whole everything. He's going to change everything.
I think if he comes into Tampa and you put him in back there with Jameis Winston, I think it's gonna. I just think the sky is the limit with these two. I really do.
You know what? I think he'll make about as much of an impact as Darren Sproles has made.
No,
that's what I think. I think he's a Darren Sproles type of guy.
I think he'll come in and he'll be Ezekiel Elliott.
How is your line?
Fournette, maybe.
Not bad.
Ezekiel Elliott is Ezekiel Elliott because of the line.
In my opinion, the Bucs.
Darren McFadden ran for 1,000 yards with that line.
In my opinion, they really do.
Well, those are two very big asks.
But they're guys that are out there. Nick Mangold's out there. I mean, go out and get him. You can go out and get a right. There's lots of right tackles out there. I mean, I'd have to pull them up who's out there in the free agent market. But there's a ton of guys out there.
If you have a great line, your running back is going to. Mm-hmm. They're all great.
I agree.
They're all great. Adrian Peterson got destroyed last year because he had no line. Yeah. And he's Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's talking about
put Adrian Peterson in Dallas.
Yeah.
What happens?
I don't know if that's going to happen.
No, I'm just saying, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, 1,600 yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you look at Dallas.
Terrible year.
Well, that's on one leg.
You look at Dallas's line, and you look at Dallas's line, and you've got to say that's why you got to give credit to them on why Ezekiel was
That's why he was so effective.
That's why he was so effective his first season. I completely agree with that. But I think the Bucs offensive line can be, not saying they're going to be that good, But I think they can be good. I really do. In my opinion, they really only need a center and a right tackle.
That's a lot.
I know it's a big thing, but there are guys out there. Now's the time. Like I said, Nick Mangold, that's one center right there.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head. And he's a guy that come in and change that whole offensive line himself because he's that type of player.
The mindset, too.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So I just think that there's guys out there that they can bring in to make this team great. But they've got to bring in Jason Light's got to bring them in.
Are there any good college linemen coming out?
Oh, yeah. One of them, Forrest Lamp, played here in Venice. Yeah. He's awesome out of Western Kentucky.
That's what I mean. There's now's the time to fix these problems.
Yeah.
If it was in the middle of the season, or beginning of the season or training camp, you're done. You got no chance to fix that.
Yeah.
But now there's guys out there. There's guys you can go get in the draft.
Well, would
wait till after June 1st? Probably even be better guys.
But if you're saying like if one of the top linemen falls there, would it not be smarter to take one of those and then get a running back in the second or third round because there's quality running backs in the second or third round.
This is a very deep class for running backs.
Yeah, and with it being so deep, I can see that too.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be really sold on Dalvin Cook being that. To take him in the top 5.
That he's going to change everything.
I think he's going to be that good, guys. I really do. I watched him in college, and I'm not even really
you could be right because I missed the boat on Ezekiel. I was mad about that pick. I really wanted Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, you did?
I really did.
No, Ezekiel was great
in
Ohio State.
I'm a Michigan guy.
Really? So you were a Michigan guy. That's why. You get your hate out of the way.
That's not why for me, though.
The secondary was just atrocious, and it's even going to be worse this year. I like Jalen Ramsey, I think, would have been a nice fit.
So now I want to Pittsburgh.
Well, no, not yet. He wants to go to Pittsburgh because that's his hometown team.
Yeah,
he wants to.
I would like to see that.
But honestly, I think if we can get, once Romo's off, his number's off the books, we can make a trade for Richard Sherman because the Seahawks are looking to move him, and then sign Darrell Revis. We can have Sherman and Revis.
Where's Romo going?
We don't know yet.
Free agency.
No one knows yet.
Yeah, because
Denver or Houston.
The league meetings are coming up here in the next couple weeks.
Houston went through all these shenanigans to get rid of Osweiler.
Right. Here's what's going on.
You would think that Tony Romo's on their radar.
Here's what's going on. We got another owners meeting coming up here at the end of the month. I think is it this weekend or next weekend?
I don't know.
It's coming up, and then if we can't move Romo for a 6th round pick, he will officially be released. But he's trying to move him for something, because we save money if we can trade him more than we can cut him. Well, I think it's only $7 million we save.
Talking about it's so crazy.
We're
talking about just releasing Tony Romo.
Right, exactly. But the Seahawks are talking about getting rid of Sherman, and if we can flip our 1st round pick for him, put Sherman on one side, you get Darrell Revis on the other, you got Orlando Scandrick. All of a sudden, our secondary is not looking too bad. Right now, it's looking horrible. We got nobody. Right now, we got Antonio Brown is listed as our number 1 corner right now. You know who he is? He was a rookie last year. I think he played 4 games.
Really?
Yeah, so the Cowboys secondary is a mess right now.
Well, you saw the Bucs went out and signed a kicker, right?
Yeah, Nick Folk
to come in and
former
compete
Cowboy.
with Roberto Aguayo.
They need to.
Yeah, exactly. I thought they should have done that last year, to be honest.
No doubt. We got to take another break, but we'll come back and we will talk Sweet 16, and if we got enough time, Johnny Manziel and the New Orleans Saints on 1070 NBC Sports. Welcome back to the Larry Timko Show on 1070 NBC Sports as we wrap things up from our Harbor Nissan studios. Don't forget Vasani's Comedy Theater all weekend long. Drew Lynch, Don Dipetta, and Vinny Fastline performing all weekend long. For tickets, just log on to Vasani.net or call 629-9191. Make your reservations about an hour before the show starts so you can have a really good meal, too. Oh, the pasta specials are awesome. And, of course, Sweet 16 continues tonight here on 1070 NBC Sports starting at 7 o'clock. North Carolina, UCLA is the late game. That's the one I'm looking forward to. I did take UCLA to win that game, but I've been wrong about everything else so far this game bracket.
I would go the other way.
Yeah, me too. So I'm taking UCLA. If you want to win some money, take North Carolina. Or Kentucky, I mean. I got North Carolina beating Butler. You got your bracket up?
I do. I have it right here.
Okay.
I just have the classic teams, the guys that have been there every single year. Well, when it gets late in this, that's where you go for.
My Final Four was Villanova and Arizona. Both have been eliminated. And then Kansas and UCLA. Kansas is going to play Oregon, who got snuck by Michigan yesterday. And that's going to be a really good game. So Kansas is a powerhouse.
I like Kansas.
But I like UCLA, too. And more because of this kid. But they got a long tradition of being good in the tournament, too. So, I don't know. Right now, my bracket's shot, so I don't have a chance.
I had Kansas and Louisville originally, and I had Louisville winning that game. So, I did have Kansas getting to this point, so that was good. I did get that right, but no. Other than that, no. Totally wrong on that bracket.
Yeah.
So I did get the South bracket right. Yeah, the South bracket, I haven't missed a game yet, so I would expect UCLA and UNC to win tonight then.
Okay.
I thought Kentucky. I was thinking Kentucky, but I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough game.
That's a toss-up. It really is. Man, Kentucky have 29-5 on the year. UCLA went 29-4. I mean, they're pretty evenly matched.
And how about Xavier?
But everybody's talking about UCLA, so Kentucky's got to feel a little bit slighter right now, because everybody's talking about UCLA.
Yeah.
And you're right. What about Xavier?
And they beat Maryland by 11.
They went on a
beat Florida State 91
run.
to 66 when everybody thought Florida State was primed to go on.
Oh, yeah.
And then they beat Arizona, the number 2 seed.
They're so hot right now.
And now they've got the number 1 seed Gonzaga ahead of them. And Gonzaga only won by 3 points in their game against West Virginia. So this is going to be interesting.
Xavier's run's got to end at some point.
It's gotta
if
end
Michigan's run's got to end, then Xavier's run's got to end.
That's what you hope.
That's what you hope. But you know what? Xavier played really good basketball last night. I watched most of that game, and they played pretty good.
All right.
Got to give them a lot of credit.
Well, what's really funny too,
game plan.
is Xavier and Gonzaga has never played in a Final Four. Do you know that?
No.
So we're going. Either one of them will make their first appearance in a Final Four, no matter what happens.
There you go.
That's great.
So I'm surprised about Gonzaga. I thought Gonzaga has been a pretty dominant program over the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah, but they've never, like you said though, they always get to that 8 and 16 and get beat. It's kind of like Notre Dame. Notre Dame always makes the tournament. Always gets it in past first round, in the second or Sweet 16, they always lose. Always lose. So
Interesting.
It's a lot like Gonzaga. Gonzaga just never made it to the Final
All
Four.
right.
Good.
Well, we will have those games tonight starting at 7 o'clock. I know some of you were calling and complaining yesterday. We were moving our satellite dishes, so our game got a little delayed. We did get the second half in, though. Yay. But we'll have the entire coverage tonight starting at 7 o'clock. I promise you, tip-off at 7:09. I believe the first game will be North Carolina Butler, I think, is the first game.
Yeah, that one's 7:09.
7:09
The
tip-off.
UCLA Kentucky game is 9:39, which these times are going to change anyway, just like they did last night. Let's see here.
While you're doing that, I want to
South Carolina Baylor game is 7:30.
Oh, wow,
And then
still,
And don't
Florida Wisconsin 10 o'clock.
Okay, don't forget Herb's Coin Stamps and Baseball Cards is having their memorabilia authentication event tomorrow from 10 until 4. That's right there on Harbor Boulevard. Don't forget, all weekend long, Drew Lynch, Vinny Fastline, and Don Dipetta will be performing at Vasani's Comedy Theater, too. For tickets, 629-9191 or log on to vasani.net. Yeah, I think we got everything in.
Yeah.
Don, thanks so much for coming down.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Bill, for coming in, too.
Yep.
I'm Larry Timko. If we don't see you in the future, we'll see you in the pasture.